Lewes Bonfire is probably the largest and most celebrated bonfire festival. It takes place every year, November the 5th, of course, and having witnessed it a few days ago, I can say it is one of the most crazy assaults on the senses I've ever witnessed. But it did make me wonder, why hasn't it been banned yet? Let me give you a quick history lesson for those perhaps outside the UK not aware of November the 5th and how important it is to British people. So on November the 5th we celebrate the foiling of the gunpowder plot from 1605 when Guy Fawkes and his other co-conspirators tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament. Now, they were Catholic. Now that's important because religion plays quite an important part on the Lewes Bonfire. So what we do is we celebrate every year the foiling of that Catholic plot to blow up the Houses of Parliament. But in Lewes things are a little bit different. They are celebrating that, and Guy Fawkes does figure quite highly on the processions, but they're also remembering the Lewes martyrs. These were 17 Protestants who were executed for their faith about 50 years before the gunpowder plot, around about 1555, and those Lewes martyrs were executed under the reign of Mary I, also known as Blood Mary, a Catholic queen. So Lewes Bonfire celebrations have a slightly more deeper meaning than just your regular Guy Fawkes night across the country.
Rivers gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone. Rivers gonna cry when you're...
Now Lewes Bonfire procession is made up of 7 Lewes Bonfire Societies scattered around the town. They're very old, some of them. The earliest one was 1853, and they can be distinguished by their jerseys they wear. They wear stripy jerseys, but different colours for different societies. So I think black and white is Cliff, and they are the oldest bonfire society in Lewes. They will also be joined by various outlying villages who will have their own processions. You will literally have thousands of people walking through Lewes town on Bonfire Night. And the different societies will have costumes as well. I don't profess to understand this. There's people dressed up as Native Americans, cowboys, soldiers, suffragettes, land girls. I don't know whether there's deeper meaning behind these or whether it's just an excuse to dress up. Now there will be the obligatory Guy Fawkes effigy that's paraded through town, and there's much booing when that goes past. But each society as well will build an effigy. The theme of these effigies is generally anti-establishment, so there'll be people in authority. This year we had Rishi Sunak, Jeremy Hunt, the Chancellor. There was also a Suella Braverman effigy. So traditionally, Lewes Bonfire pokes fun at people in authority. Donald Trump has featured on probably more than one occasion. There was even one this year for the local highways department, making the point about they're not dealing with the potholes within the town. So it's quite light-hearted, and they are generally soft targets.
The river's gonna cry when you're gone, 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 gone.
No, I was very lucky to witness the parade from a flat in the high street, so I had a perfect view, and I was a little bit set back. I had the ability to just retreat back into the flat and try and get away from the noise, because oh my god, it is so loud. It is so loud, and there's music and there's burning torches and there's bangers. It is an assault on the senses like you really have to be there to experience. It is incredible, it really is. Let me show you some of the footage, and I don't know if you'll really get the feel for just how overwhelming it is. So why would I even question why this event hadn't been banned yet? Well, let me be absolutely clear on this. I am not calling for the banning of Lewes Bonfire, but I think it's worth highlighting some of the things that go on there that may be considered offensive to some and are potentially problematic. So let's start with health and safety, everyone's favourite. You've got a procession there, no barriers, very little police, there are some there. People carrying torches, no separation there, children carrying torches, people drinking alcohol, people letting off bangers, and they seem pretty powerful as well. I think there is the potential there for people to get hurt, but I think the more concerning aspects of Lewes Bonfire is the anti-Catholic sentiment. At one point someone came down the road dressed as the Pope. He's roundly booed. One of the Bonfire Societies, Cliff, the oldest one, still display no popery banners. The other societies don't do that anymore. But I just wonder how that would go down if it was on the streets of Belfast or Glasgow. What is quite surprising, and maybe not a bad thing, is I think it is basically a bit offensive to festival, yet we allow it to carry on. And that's really a good thing, I think. You can be offended by something. Doesn't mean it has to stop for everyone else. So what's your thoughts on the Lewes Bonfire? Throwback for the past, or maybe it's time it should move on and adapt a bit more? Please put your comments down there and like the video if you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Hey, I heard you want to leave this place where we grew up. This old town, just leave it all behind. The river's gonna cry when you're gone.